Peace, Facebook. It's the Mound Builder here with Mound Building Monday. Wanted to take this opportunity to build a little bit on the concept of ownership. What is true ownership? What can you really own? And what is relative ownership? Let's take the last one first. Relative ownership is ownership of a home, a vehicle, luxury items, etc. We look at that as relative ownership because you're technically the owner, but ultimately you still have to pay for these particular items. Case in point, if you pay off the mortgage to your home, but you miss a tax payment, then someone can take possession of what you consider to be the owner of. If you have a vehicle and the vehicle is paid off and you miss a payment on your taxes for that vehicle, then they can put a lien, the government could put a lien on that vehicle and take that vehicle from you. So you really have to ask yourself, who really is the owner of these possessions? As a realtor, I work in the real estate market, and we look at what's called real estate. Relatively speaking, real estate deals with property, land, and the ownership of that property and land. However, on another level, real estate deals with that which is real. So if you are a real, actual person and you have come physically, your body is made up of this land, then you really are the only real estate. It's you. It's talking about your actual being and your actual existence. So what do you really own? Going back to the original question, you really own yourself. You own the thoughts that come out of your mind. You own the words that come out of your mouth. You own the things that you entertain on a daily basis. You own the activities that you lend yourself to. That's what you own. And that's what I really want to turn your attention to taking ownership of today. As the owner of your activities and the owner of your mental faculties, don't surrender that ownership to anyone or anything. Take possession of that. Be the rightful owner of that and do well with that. The earth is the Lord's and all that is within. When you understand that, you understand that everything that you view, survey, the land that you walk on, everything that is in existence belongs to what is called the Lord, and you are the person that is responsible for the upkeep of everything that exists in existence. You are responsible for the thoughts that you think, and you will be held accountable for the thoughts and the actions that have come forth from those thoughts. So take possession of that. Don't give that away to somebody else or give something else the power over that. That you are the owner of, and that no one can take away from you unless you surrender it to someone else. So keep that in mind as we continue to go through these current circumstances and situations and deal with a lot of things that's going on around us. We have to begin to take ownership of what's happening. If there is a remedy, then it's up to us to access that remedy. If there is a solution, then it's up to us to represent the solution to whatever the situation is that presents itself. That's our job, that's our responsibility, and that's how we take ownership in this time and all the times to follow after that. You know, the word ownership, the root word of the word ownership is own, O-W-N. Now, as you know, I talk a lot about anagrams and how symbols are used to denote letters, and the letters, of course, make words, and they flip words around, or letters around, which means they transpose symbols, and by transposing these symbols, it conveys different meanings, but the symbols are still the same, so the root meaning is the same. So in the word own is also the word now. And in the word own is also the word one, W-O-N. So when you take ownership, you win. And when you take ownership, you have won. And the only time that you can take ownership is now, because now is the only time that exists. You see what I did there? It's all working with words, the meaning of words, and how language is utilized and how we can utilize language to our best advantage. So take ownership. Take ownership of your life, ownership of your thoughts, ownership of your words, ownership of your deeds, ownership of things that have happened in the past. Take ownership of it, because you're the owner of it. And then once you take ownership of it, then you have control of it to do whatever you will with it. You can forgive yourself, you can forgive others, because now you've taken ownership of it. You've taken responsibility. So when you take ownership right now in the now, and you've already won.